I want to ask you about Lego.
Yeah.
Is this something you do? I did a little bit of research. A little birdie told me something about you and Lego. Tell me what that means.
Yeah, it's been a bit of a strange one. Over the last 12 months, I probably started this time last year, just after the buy. I watched the Receivers documentary on Netflix.
Yep.
About the NFL guys, and George Kittle talks about late in that series about his fascination with Lego and his collection of Lego that he has. And he does a few, but he's just got boxes of Lego ready to build in the off season and stuff. So he doesn't necessarily use it he more uses it as a hobby and stuff. But I was like, that's really cool. Like, that's awesome. I'm gonna have a look at that. And I'd enjoyed Lego a little bit as a kid. Like, didn't mind it, but I didn't have a heap of it or anything. And so I was like, oh, I'm just gonna go buy one. I bought a big one, like it was the Batcave, like the Batman's Batcave. And
Yes.
I was like, that looks pretty cool to build. It was like a big black box of like, and I'm like, that's sick. And I'm like, all right, I'll give it a go. And from there, just started as something I enjoyed. And then through kind of thinking about it a little bit more, I was like, wow, I've just done that for 2 hours and that's gone like that. And I haven't thought about anything. I haven't thought about footy. I haven't thought about the stresses of life or anything. I've just focused on what little piece goes into that spot.
Think about Batman.
Thinking about Batman and how I'm going to make this back. And I was like, okay, so that's, and then it was, like I said, it started as a hobby. And then I was like, this is actually extremely mindful. And this is a form of mindfulness. Like anything where your mind is dialed into something and having a singular focus is a form of mindfulness. Like in the past, I've used cooking for mindfulness because I just love the idea of having a big thing of ingredients and then just be able to make something and at the end and just be dialed in for an hour and do that and have the process of that. And that's exactly the same as Lego. You get this massive bunch of little individual pieces and it's like ends up making this cool thing. It's like, wow, that's a process of going through it. And so now the way I use it now is on my day off, like I'll go sit down for 2 hours and just dial in and just do Lego. And then the day of the game, like especially a late game, like, you know, it's a long day. So I sit there for 2 hours and time just goes like that. And I just, by the time I'm done with the Lego, I'm ready to go to the game.
I love that. So how much Lego we tell? Like, so Nick, now I think of a teammate, he's got boxes of shoes everywhere and that's his thing. So shoes is his thing.
Yeah.
Like, are you sort of in a hole here with like Lego? Like, are you got a room covered in Lego?
I've now got a Lego room.
Do you?
Yeah. And it's building. It's building. I've got 3 big pieces. I've got the Batcave. I've got Mercedes G-Wagon, and I've got the Avengers Tower, the big Avengers Tower, which is massive. Like it's quite big. And then at the moment, I'm just about to finish Harry Potter Gringotts, the Wizardry Bank. So that's about to be done. And then I don't know what's next, but it's like you look at those and you're like, oh, you are like a comic nerd or like and I'm like, and I like those movies and stuff, but the way I pick it, I walk in to the store and I'm just like, what looks like the hardest to build? Like, what's going to be the most enjoyable to kind of build? That's massive, big, over 6,000 pieces. Some of these ones, and it's like, what's going to be fun to build? What's not just like the same? Like, I learnt from the Avengers Tower that had so many windows, and it was just too many of the same windows. I'm like, and it almost drove me crazy by the end. That challenged the mindfulness a lot, but that's how I kind of pick it. But
what are the like? You got a Lego store, you go in a toy store. People serving you look like maybe recognise like Caleb's back with the Batcave. Or he's come back Harry Potter.
That's what I thought. Like I thought like I'd just be the only man or only adult in there, but there's middle-aged men there everywhere. And like I put a photo up like in an album on Instagram, and one of them was one photo, like 6th photo in was me holding 2 bags of Lego. And the amount of comments, so if I had 30 comments on the thing, 20 to 25 of them were middle-aged men commenting on what was the Lego. Like, what are you building?
Hell yeah, dude.
I love Lego. Like, can't believe you're a Lego guy. And all men. Like, they weren't even like young kids or anything. I was like, wow.
Are you doing this with your kids? I'm starting to get back into Lego big time.
No,
I actually realise I love Lego.
It is good, but the tough thing about doing it with kids is like it's frustrating because like my son literally,
it's a mind.
He's 7.
It's
and
mindful
like,
for you because you're by yourself.
Yeah. My son who's 7 is building it wrong, and I have to like break it apart. Like it's so hard to break the pieces apart and redo it. So when I'm by myself, it's actually enjoyable. But with kids, it's
I was going to say, once I have kids, I don't know if I'm going to have the same attitude towards the Lego. I think I'm going to have to keep my Lego and have the kids
separate Lego room.
It gets reignited. So I've been traveling a lot with some of the stuff I've been doing BackChat, but there's a Lego store at the airport.
Yeah.
And I am like, instead of, I used to go to Macca's, I now go to Lego. And I get both the boys something.
Yeah.
Take it home because I know it's something for me too.
Yeah.
So I like that. Well done. That's good insight.